started to grieve the loss of my brother, started to get in touch with who I am. This was my first real feeling where I allowed myself to feel. I had not in 39 and a half years really allowed myself to feel because feelings kept getting suppressed, emotions kept getting suppressed. I did what I thought I was supposed to do. I acted how I thought I was supposed to act. I voted for people I thought I was supposed to vote for. I had a religion that I thought I was supposed to have. I didn't really have a unique and original thought of my own at this point. So as you can imagine, when you start to do this inner work and you start to really ask yourself, who am I? What do I want? Is this really as good as it gets? Is there more for me? Do I have a purpose? You can imagine the amount of fear that shows up in that moment. And you can also imagine how much you want to abandon it and run away from it and not address it and not dig deeper. Like, let's not go looking for the boogeyman any further, right? Like, let's not go opening the closet and airing out the dirty laundry anymore. Let's just not go down this road, right? But there was something very strong within me that allowed me to keep going. And it was scary. The fear was real. The fear was real. It was real, very, very real. And it was at this point in my life where I had to really figure out something. I had to figure out how to make money pretty quickly. An opportunity was presented to me, which was my company I'm with now. And I wanted to say no so badly. I wanted to say no to this opportunity so badly. And how dare I? How dare I say no to any opportunity at that moment in my life? But I, again, was like, I just wanted so badly to go back to the old Mary Kay of somebody else is going to take care of this. This is not my job to rescue myself. This is not my job. I'm going to be okay. And I don't need to do scary things. And I don't need to go down that scary road. And I'm not going to be able to do that. And I recognize this now, this many years later, and this many years of doing the inner work and the personal work and the self-development, is that was a very victim mentality. I lived in this victim world of, this is the hand I've been dealt. This is as good as my marriage is going to get. This is as good as it's going to get for me as a mom. This is as good as it's going to get for me in my finances, all wrapped up in, my brother was killed on 9/11, so I have an excuse to fall back on, right? So everything was wrapped up in a real victim mentality and also a severe lack of personal responsibility. I had a severe lack of personal responsibility in my life. So when the opportunity was presented to me to help start up a direct sales selling cosmetic and skincare company, every fear showed up. Every fear. Ooh, I'm going to sell makeup and skincare. Well, I don't feel pretty. I don't know how to put makeup on. I don't know how I would ever be somebody's beauty guide. I'm going to be asked to get people to want to join me on this. So I'm going to actually have to sell myself as a leader that somebody would want to follow. No way can I do that. That's no way going to be me. Fear, 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 fear. I just didn't have the resume for what was being asked of me. I had no idea how I was going to do what was being asked of me. And I just wanted to say no. And something allowed me to lean in and do the uncomfortable, scary thing. And I attribute that to a few things. Number one, there were people at that time in my life, particularly the founder and CEO of the company, that really believed in me, that saw something in me that I did not see in myself. And I'd never had somebody see me in that way before. My stepfather also was a huge influence and inspiration in my life at that time. He saw something in me that I most definitely didn't see in myself. He was really, believe it or not, the first man in my life that made me feel pretty. Sounds so silly to even say, being that I was, at that point married for over 10 years and I had had a father and I had had brothers in my life. It's just my experience. It was the first time that I really felt pretty. I don't know how else to say that. And that sounds so, it sounds a little juvenile, but it's really my truth. It's really my truth. So there were a couple of people that believed in me more than I believed in myself at that time. So I really leaned into that. And I felt, since I was going through my grieving process at this point in my life for my brother, I really felt him from a very spiritual place, from a much higher place, I felt his presence. And he had been giving me signs of, there's more for you. Like, you have a purpose and I need you to go looking for it. So there were a couple of things and at that time, that caused me a lot of fear, right? Like, even that sense of, there's a purpose for me and now I'm supposed to go find it. Like, where's that manual? Where's that playbook? Good Lord, like, where do I even begin? Where do I even begin? Other than to say, you're all wrong. Every one of you, even my angel in heaven, my brother, you're wrong. Like, you're all wrong. You're all crazy. You've got the wrong girl. This is not, I can't do this. Like, that really, I really believed, like, I cannot do this. But something allowed me to do it. And this was really the first sort of, this is for sure the first sort of thing that I really want you guys to know about fear. Well, I keep digressing. So what I now know, after sharing all of that context with you, what I now know is that there really are only truly two emotions that us humans have, and that is love and fear. I also know that we wear kind of different personalities. Like, our mind is going to present a very different personality depending on a situation we're in versus our soul's personality. Like, what is our soul's personality? And I kind of now know, like, when your mind is, and your personality is connected to your soul, that's authentic power. That's where your authentic self lives. And that is where you can operate from love, even when there is fear.